The powder in these flasks looks like salt, but the composition could be different in them.
So you want me to examine all of them?
I can wait.
It's not that. The instruments are busy. There's work going on here.
I need to find out which flasks are genuine. It's Professor Saloy's enigma.
I know. You know what? I'll do 1 bottle for you, but not 9. You should find a way to select a suitable one. How about this?
Perfect, thank you. I'll select 1 and come back. Mr. Brown says the stoppers were made of a stone called lapis lazuli, but probably not all of them are genuine. Could you answer this?
The instruments can. Leave your little collection here and I'll tell you which are made of genuine lapis lazuli.
Okay, I'll be back soon. Have you finished with the stoppers?
Yes. Indeed, not all of them are genuine. Lapis lazuli is composed of lazurite, but usually contains visible pyrite, marcasite, and dolomite micas as well. It was easy to identify the fake ones, but don't think of these as simple painted glass. They are very similar. Sodalite and azurite stoppers. I've written down everything for you.
Thank you. You've been of great help.
The measurements by Dr. Veresh and Dr. Zulmali should help identify the appropriate flask. Yes, this could be it. Not yet the final solution, though.
Mr. Kakashi, I managed to select the only flask I want you to examine.
Very well. What are the criteria?
Well, not sure.
I thought so. Anyway, I'll figure out something. Come back later.
Okay, I will. I'm just asking about the flask, Mr. Kakashi.
Aha! Your guess was good. It's salt in the bottle. Half of it is common table salt.
So it's 50%?
Yes, but I also found 30% potassium chloride and 20% calcium chloride.
I see. This means the proportion of the various salts is 5 to 3 to 2?
If you like. Is this what you needed?
That's not all, but I shall do the rest. Thank you for your help, Mr. Kakashi.
You're welcome.
It fits perfectly. If I imagine the hour and minute hands in the given position...
Peter, what happened on July 1st, 1954?
I believe that was the day when a Tom key was established.
And if someone writes paper when mentioning this date?
Could be a reference to the contract of formation.
Or the deed of foundation?
Yes, could be the deed of foundation. You don't seriously mean... What you mean is...
May I have a closer look at it on the wall?
Please do, but be careful.
Genuine documentary value. What? Visionnaire? Maybe French. and deuterium. All those codes.
Visionaire? Yeah, this is a French guy from the 16th century.
Also a physicist?
No, a diplomat and cryptographer. There's a cipher method named after him. Do you need to decode a cipher?
Possibly. How does it work?
You need two things. I can give you one of them. It's called tabula recta. I'll print it out for you.
Thanks. So this is the tabula recta. What else do I need?
The key to the solution! You need a key to use the tabula recta.
I see. Thank you so much.
I can tell you my personal opinion, but that's...
The tabula recta, a tool to decode the Visionaire cipher. A slip of paper. Just my luck. I'd love to be sitting around here a bit, if I have the time. Monsieur Joliot-Curie, are you the wise man? You don't need to know the answer to everything. You only need to know where the book is that gives you the answer, as my grandfather used to say.
it?
This was in the sarcophagus. What do you think?
That perhaps the Honourable Professor Soloy was joking.
It occurred to me too, but there was some Chinese text in the box. A wise man in the garden and zodiac.
Zodiac? It could mean the year of the pig in the Chinese zodiac. You need a certain year, maybe.
Possible. Ignoring the thousands, could you give me a list?
Of every year of the pig in the second millennium? Sure. But what if the wise man lived before 1000?
Let's try this first, then we shall see. Can you print it out?
1 second. 1 second. Voila.
The years of the pig in Chinese zodiac, between 1000 and 2000 AD.
Could you cool down this rubber bell for me?
To cool it? If you insist. But what for?
I want to make it sound.
To sound? This one?
It will, if it's frozen. Am I right?
Probably, if you tap on it with something. What temperature do you want?
Minus 110 degrees. Except I don't know if Celsius or Kelvin.
Are you joking? The Kelvin scale has no negative values. It starts from the null point, the absolute zero.
Ha! How right you are. Then can we cool it to minus 110 Celsius?
We can try. Liquid nitrogen is always at hand.
Wait, it's no good. I should identify the pitch, but it lowers immediately as the bell warms up.
Try to capture the sound with something while the temperature is still right. I'll give you a special thermometer.
Let's see. The thermometer shows the temperature. Ideally, it should be minus 110 degrees Celsius, and I must start the recording before that. Not a problem.
Let's try again.
Watch the thermometer. Start the recording while it's very close to the given range. And don't forget to tap on the bell.
Okay. Ready, set,
go!
That's it. The sound is captured at minus 110 degrees.
I've got it! Huh. I wouldn't have thought a rubber bell could ring.
Neither would I, to tell the truth.
Hey, fancy that. I was able to make that rubber bell sound.
Are you kidding? How did you do it?
We've cooled it, and it gave a tinkling sound like a chime.
But then it was an ice bell, not a rubber bell.
I've captured the sound with my phone. Can we identify the pitch?
Sure. You could do it yourself on my synthesizer. Play the recorded sound first, then compare it with the electronic notes. Don't worry though, I'm here to help.
Well, I've never done this before, but let's try.
It's worth a try.
Is this the one you think?
Yes, I'm fairly sure.
Look at that. You've got great hearing. You should play music.
Really?
Yes, the answer is A4, which is precisely the standard A note.
The pitch used for tuning the instruments?
Right. The standard orchestral reference pitch.
Do you know its frequency?
This one time, I do. It's 440 hertz on the electronic instruments. That's what you just heard.
So it's 440 hertz. Thank you. You've been of great help. A question to the archaeologist again. This object was perhaps a bone flute or pipe. What does it remind you of?
What an extremely old piece. It's in a bad shape, but it could be thousands of years old.
If you say so.
Oh, yes. I remember an article about an excavation in China. I'll find it. Can you come back later?
Of course. Thank you, Ernu. Have you checked the article about the excavation?
I have, and it's most interesting. In the 1980s, a number of Neolithic pipes were found at an archaeological site near Chiahu in northern China. These were proved to be 6 to 8 or even 9,000 years old. All were carved from the wing bone of a bird called Manchurian crane. They look very much like your sample. I tell you, it must be invaluable.
Whoa. Who would have thought? I wonder if it's possible to find out how it sounded.
It is believed that melodic flutes also existed at that time, pitched similarly to today's instruments. Some of them could even be blown. But this one here, well, I doubt.
Yes, so do I.
Wait, Jonathan. The article also says that the length and pitch of the flutes are typical to the age when they were manufactured. This means if we could define the age of your pipe with an accuracy of about 100 years, then we could also identify the category and the relevant pitch. What do you think?
Fantastic. Let's come back to this when I have more information. I've got something here. It's organic, a piece of bone.
Seems very old.
Can you define its age as precisely as possible?
Of course. This is a routine task for us. We need some time, though.
Of course. I'll drop in later. I've come to ask about the bone pipe.
Aha. So it's a pipe. Well, it's an extremely old one. Did you know that?
Really? I had no idea.
Your sample is dated 8,400 years old.
8,400? Are you sure?
Only a time traveler could tell more precisely.
Yes. Thank you. I wonder how it fits. You were right. This bone pipe is likely to be one of those Chinese artifacts. It is 8,400 years old, as I've been told in the radiocarbon lab.
I knew it must be. It's immensely valuable. Now we know one important parameter. Here, I've put down some data for you to help the identification. It's your turn now.
Ernu, thank you so much for all your help.
You're welcome, Jonathan.
Classification of Neolithic flutes found in China. Ernu Brown's extract from an article.
There's a musical instrument which sounds at a pitch called G3. Can you tell me the audio frequency of this pitch?
The frequency of G3? I've got a chart somewhere. Here you are. Look, here it is.
Thank you so much.
the wavelength and audio frequency of the piano's notes.